Hi guys, it's Trig and welcome to a video with just sort of showcasing mods I would recommend when you start modding your game, basically to get a base aesthetic for your game before you heavily mod it or add other stuff. It's just to get the overall aesthetic of your game up to the par of 2017. We'll start with water mods. This is quite a basic mod, so the one I would recommend is Realistic Water 2. It has a really good aesthetic. It's probably the best water mod out just now. I think it's definitely the most popular and for good reason, and overall I think it is the best water mod you can get. Next, because that was water, we're going to move on to land for our overall landscape. There's a couple of mods I would recommend here. First one would be the Skyrim Flora overhaul. This is quite a large mod, it's very popular. It just gets grass and trees to increase in abundance. If you don't want this mod, or if you want this mod, I'd also recommend the Verdant grass plugin. This gets more varieties of grass and overall I think gives a better aesthetic to the Flora overhaul. And then as well as these mods, I would also recommend Simply Bigger Trees. I don't know if it's compatible with the Skyrim Flora overhaul, but Simply Bigger Trees just makes bigger trees, which actually makes the trees look like there's far more of them and gives a far better aesthetic to the game, and it looks pretty damn cool. Next, I'll go to graphics. So this is just some basic graphic mods. Always get the static mesh improvement mod. It just gets rid of all your sharp edges and stuff, and overall looks pretty damn awesome. Especially barrels and ropes look far more realistic, so I'd always recommend that mod. Then the main thing I would recommend is a texture pack. So there's two ones I'm going to recommend, the SSE texture pack and the Skyrim 2017 textures. I would recommend downloading both of them, either seeing which one you prefer or downloading both and then having one overwrite the other, just to make sure you have as high graphics as possible, overwriting with the one you prefer. Next, I'm going to do the climate of the game, because this is a large portion of the game. I'm going to give you three options here. There's more, but the number one would be Vivid Weathers. Doesn't have much impact on performance, and I think is a great mod, giving you options for the saturation, contrast, etc. Then there's Climates of Tamriel, which is was the big one back in the day of normal Skyrim, and then there's also True Storms, which is Storms mod obviously. Any one of these three, whichever you prefer, they give a pretty cool aesthetic to the game because the weather is a large portion of the graphics in Skyrim. And finally, moving on to lighting. This is always underrated. It has a huge impact on the look of your game. There's three ones that I would recommend. There's Realistic Lighting Overhaul, Enhanced Lights and FX, and Enhanced Lighting for EMB. So it's really up to personal preference for all of these mods, but especially in lighting. So just look at screenshots, even just download it onto your game and try them out. I personally prefer Enhanced Lighting for EMB because I use an EMB. And that's really the basics of modding in Skyrim, so this is how I'd recommend starting your game or getting a base aesthetic before you add in loads of more mods such as like rustic clothes. Thank you for watching guys, hope you've enjoyed. I hope you understand that this is up to personal preference and these are just the mods I recommend, and it's really just a beginner's guide to getting the mods you want. So thank you for watching, this has been Trigger J, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys, and goodbye.